You guys know we're gonna go after the chair, vice chair, treasurer, and then after that we will break up into our regional caucuses to elect regional officers. So we're gonna start with the chair, and I'm going to nominate Matt.
Well,
yes.
Since you are the chair, I think we need someone else to run this.
Okay, who would like to run this?
I like where he's going with that idea. I move to nominate Matthew Losby as the chairman of the Libertarian Party of Idaho.
I will accept. However, before we do that, we need someone to run this because it's inappropriate for a chair to run the chair.
That's very fair.
Pass the gavel.
So
I'm going to pass the gavel to August Pope. Thank you, August, for telling us. No, I'm giving you a hard time. Your eyes are like, oh.
The gavel's coming for you.
Where's the script for that?
I think it may have
Lack of.
If it pleases the Crown, we'd like to elect the chair of the Libertarian Party of Idaho, and we will now be accepting nominations for this position. The position has a term of 2 years of absolute drudgery in hell. So, of course, we will make sure that the persons nominated will accept the nomination before we can begin deliberations. Do we have any nominations?
Mr. Chair, I move to nominate Matthew Losby for chair.
Matthew Losby, do you accept this nomination?
I accept the nomination.
Is there any other nominations?
Mr. Chair, I nominate Chris Ward.
Chris Ward, do you accept this nomination?
I would accept for vice chair, so no.
So he does not accept it, and we are against the non-aggression principle.
Involuntary servitude.
Involuntary servitude, that's what we're against. Are there any other nominations?
Do I have to? When do we second? Do I have to second?
I don't know if you have to second nominations. But
Not in a body this size.
Oh,
Okay, I'm
After
hearing no
intense
other
deliberation.
hearing no other nominations. Given that there is no opposition,
speeches.
usually we would have speeches where there would be intense debate.
Physical confrontation.
Do you still want to say things?
Speech.
Sure, I'll give a speech. So
You can still vote no to. Come on.
yeah, you can still vote none of the above.
That is an important aspect of the Libertarian Party, is that there is always none of the above. So Mr. Losby would now speak on his behalf and against none of the above.
I didn't agree to that. I was going to speak for none of the above.
Okay.
No, so yeah, we've spent the last 3 years basically trying to fix the party up after people tried to wreck it. And we have almost finished with that, thank the Lord. And so now we're at the point where we can really start going back to growing. And we saw in the general election that there are some opportunities in this state for us to really punish Republicans who suck. And therefore, that's what I'd like to lead us in doing, is specifically targeting the Republicans who suck and making them realize that if they don't deal with the issues that are actually affecting the people of Idaho, that are actually infringing on the liberties of the people of Idaho, we are going to get into their race and we're going to make them lose to a Democrat, because the Democrat's going to be no worse than they are. And so that's going to be the focus, as well as, of course, maintaining the ballot access that we have a very easy ticket to, and trying to bring in members and grow local institutions, get people elected to mayor's office, city council, sheriff. Those are going to be where we can really actually wield power and not just punish Republicans when they do something wrong. So that's going to be basically the 3 prongs of what I'm hoping to lead us in. So vote for NODA.
Vote for no.
All right.
Vote for Libertarian of the Year 2024. Matt Losby.
So I think that unless no one speaks on behalf of NODA, correct?
People can speak.
Is there anybody that would like to speak on behalf of none of the above?
I've got some sovereign citizen gibberish I could share.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I am a corporation known as...
Hey, you're scaring the new guy. Stop that.
On behalf of NODA, if you would like to do something really, really funny today, vote for NODA.
Yeah, that is pretty funny.
Imagine-
Sir, that is dilatory.
Be a 2-year hangover.
So I think that it would be okay to, are the elections happening after all the nominations, or do they happen one at a time and then we move on to the next person? Can I ask that, question as someone temporarily chairing a meeting?
It is up to the body. Under the agenda as adopted, we finish out each election before we go to the next.
Okay, then let's stick to the agenda as adopted. We will now have a vote for chair. Those in favor of Noda will stand when I, not stand. How do we do it? We don't have to do papers.
However you want to run the ballot, you can just run it.
Up to you.
We're going to just do the ayes. So those in favor of Matt Losby signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I don't vote. Those in favor of Noda signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, that's a good look.
I'm kidding.
All right, the ayes have it, and the new chair of the Libertarian Party of Idaho is Matt Losby. And I would like to now go back to the body because we have a new chair that can chair the meeting.
Well, we still have an old chair that chairs the meeting, but yes.
What do I do now? What?
You pass the gavel back to Chris.
But if it's going to be
It's
vice
going to be
chair,
me in a second.
I'm gonna
Oh
have
yeah,
to-
you're right. I will.
I'm going to keep you up
take
here
up
for a
the
little
gavel,
bit.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, I will take the gavel.
Got any snacks while you're there? Want to get anything there?
Okay, there is a vacancy in the position of vice chair due to Mr. Ward rising to chair with the resignation of Jason Sorensen. So this will be a 1-year term, and we will have another election in 2026 for vice chair. The floor is now open for nominations for vice chair.
I'd like to nominate Chris Ward.
Mr. Belknap nominates Mr. Ward. Do you accept?
I accept.
He accepts. Are there any other nominations?
Is it too early to second?
There is
don't
no
have
need
to
to
do it.
second.
You don't, you can. It's appreciated.
Yeah.
Thank
Oh,
you.
okay.
Yes.
All right, would you like to give a speech?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for nominating me. Thank you for putting up with me for the past few years. I appreciate it. Last year was a little funky, as you know, with me going from we had a half checked out chair, and I, halfway through became chair. It was a little bit difficult. I kind of picked up the pieces. We've made a lot of progress and no progress at the same time. We are on the cusp of becoming recognized by the FEC. I'm going to run that to the finish line. I'm kind of in the final stages of that, thank God. It's been absolutely terrible, but we will get there. This will provide us with up to another $10,000 in funding. So that's the big thing. I'm very excited to come back as vice chair and work on primarily getting more people signed up officially. Previously we had, our numbers have dipped this year. Some of it was, a lot of it was, I don't want to place blame, a lot of it was due to the Chase Oliver campaign, frankly. People saying, no thank you, I need to chase these people back down. Now that we have some more money, we're going to be doing some aggressive campaigning and soliciting of these people in every legal, ethical way. Thank you very much for your time.
Would anybody like to speak for none of the above? Neither would I. All right, we'll move to a vote.
It would have been funny.
It would have been fine. All right, all those in favor of appointing Chris Ward as vice chair for the 1-year term until 2026, please say aye.
Aye.
Any in favor of appointing none of the above to vice chair for a year until 2026, please say aye. All right, Mr. Ward, you are elected vice chair, and I will
Thank you.
hand you the gavel again.
I appreciate it.
Next year, yeah.
Musical chairs.
It would have been funny for my wife to, I know, I saw your face, I'm like, okay, let's elect treasurer.
Let's do that.
I was I thought it would be funny to talk about secretary now that he's chair and just kind of kick the can down the road with this. But is there anyone that would like to nominate someone for treasurer?
I nominate Jerlyn Hines for
Second!
Don't be shy. It's okay. Do you accept?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Is there anyone else? There's the funny thing to do.
It's a really fun job with a lot of benefits. You get to travel.
Yeah. As much Elmers as you want. Okay. You know, I'm not going to have you do a speech. I see you back there kind of hiding. Would you like to make a speech? You can say no to me.
Can I say a few words on behalf of?
That would be
Jerlyn?
fantastic. Thank you.
We've had a little bit of training where she has been willing to help out as like an assistant in the last little while, in hopes that you know, she could be treasurer. And so I think the thing that I think is great is that things are in a spot now where it should be pretty easy to keep things going, but Jerlyn definitely has the capability to do this, and I think
Perfect.
she'll do great. So
She's not coming into this blind, and you've had experience in the past doing accounting. Thank God. Okay.
Question. How do you spell your first name?
it's a lot of fun. I'll rope you into it in a couple
J,
years.
and then Jar, Eagle, R, L, Eagle, N. So Jerlyn.
Jerlyn.
Okay.
Perfect. So, is there anyone that would vote for none of the above? Can I get an aye for anyone who would like to vote for Jerlyn?
Aye.
Okay. Congratulations. Okay, because Matt has ascended from secretary to chair, we need to fill the secretary gap. Is there anyone? I'm going to be nominating Amanda Ward as secretary of the Libertarian Party of Idaho. Do you accept?
Yes.
Didn't even give an option. I'm kidding.
Is this nepotism?
Something, getting close.
Yeah.
Not quite. Is there anyone else that would like to be nominated, or you would like to nominate? Amanda, I would love to hear a speech from you. Fair enough. Is there, I guess it's here, is there a none of the above votes in this room? If you would like Amanda to be secretary, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Amanda, congratulations.
Way to go, man.
Another year. You know what? Is it a 2-year term?
It is a 1-year term because the secretary is elected in even years.
You're off the hook. Very good. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to break into our regional caucuses, and we're going to be electing the regional chairs. So let's take, what do you think, 5 minutes?
I think we'll.
That should be sufficient for
I
that
don't think we'll
task.
need more than that.
Yeah, I would say 3 minutes without, you know.
That's pushing it.
Yeah. There you go.
I know, I've
Okay.
got a mega region, so.
I know, right? Okay. We'll be back in 5.
It's a good idea.
Okay. So I'm going to report August Pope, new Region 1 chair.
Good choice.
Who was elected for Region 2?
Mr. Johansson was elected for Region 2.
All right.
Region 3.
Corsetti.
Oh boy. It was so contentious too.
Okay, guys, so we're making up some ground quick. We're going to probably have to
Take a break.
take a break, or adjust the schedule.
Yeah. The times on the schedule are not binding, other
Yes.
than the appointment with Matt McCall.
Is the order binding?
The order is binding though, is it not?
Yes.
So we're gonna have to, but let's
Can I,
first,
We can suspend the rules.
Could I make
Yeah.
a motion to suspend the rules and move the bylaws committee report to before the Matt McCaw?
let's do let's do that. Second?
I second.
Any objections? Okay. So let's talk judicial committee, the JC. Mr. Losby, how many spots are there right now? Are there 3?
There are 3 positions open on the Judicial Committee. The current members whose term expires in 2026 are Spencer Sexton and Sterling Reese, who are not here today. The 2 members of the committee whose term expired today are Mr. Hines and Mr. Collier. And Dan Carlin, whose term would have expired next year, resigned. I understand his position was filled in the interim, but is now up for election for a 1-year term. So that is 2 2-year terms and 1 1-year term for the Judicial Committee.
And you said the Zach Hillier and David Hines ones are the ones up for
Yes.
election?
Correct.
I'd like to nominate Zach for the
You can as
JC.
chair, but I'd like to nominate Zach, or can he nominate as chair?
The chair can nominate, but it's usually good not to.
Wait, real quick, did you
Usually
mention,
good
AJ
not
Ellis in there?
So AJ Ellis filled Dan Carlin's seat for the interim up until this. up
Oh,
until
he
today
resigned and
for
then
the-
AJ took it, and now that one's open.
Correct.
Okay.
Did we hear a second for Zach? Or how about this? Let's make this clean. I'm gonna retract my nomination. Sorry, Zach, nothing
No, you're
against you.
fine.
You're the rules lawyer. You understand.
That's fine.
I nominate Zach to fill a position on the JC.
Second.
Perfect. Any objections?
Are you nominating me for a 2-year or a 1-year?
10-year, actually.
Yeah.
Now, what you heard
Yeah,
was
10-year fixed,
10
30-year
years.
overall.
What I said was 10-year, which is actually a life position.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I have to get tenure before I can quit.
Yeah.
Or then I can't quit, I guess.
Zach, do you accept the nomination?
Yes.
Okay. Any objections? We're running it this way. We're not gonna do the ayes. Small enough group. Okay, congratulations, Zach.
Thank you.
We have 2 more positions to fill.
I'd like to nominate David Hines for one of those positions.
I accept
For a 2 or 1-year term.
2-year term.
2-year.
Second.
Second, thank you. Do I hear any objections? Okay, congratulations, David.
So everybody's in the mail.
So we have just that
Yeah.
1-year term that AJ is currently in, that he's not present here today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does anybody want to call him, or does anybody else want to make a nomination or step forward?
Does anybody else want to be on the judicial committee for a term that will expire at next convention?
There is one person in the room who doesn't currently have an office, who is in the
Am I
middle.
allowed to be?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the judicial committee does?
I am not.
They don't do, they don't do anything unless shit hits the fan.
Yeah, I mean, as the incumbent chair of the judicial committee, I'll just give a quick explanation of what we do.
Okay.
Basically, we only act if we're tasked by the executive board or the state central committee, which, based on Idaho statutes, are kind of interesting. But we don't act on our own unless somebody tasks us with something, which is usually things like discipline of officers or members, disagreements about what the bylaws say, that sort of stuff. We very rarely have business, although in the last few years we've had more business than we would have liked to have had. But I think I would say it's likely that it's going to be pretty quiet for a while. So who knows? But
Well, I mean, how many times did you meet last year and we had some real things that we were going to finish?
I think we met like 3 times in the last year, and due to some bylaws issues, we were not able to, we had to meet in person. But that said,
We'll be
The
fixing.
bylaws
We'll be
issues that
fixing
we're
that.
going to fix at this.
we will fix those bylaws issues today so that we can transact remotely.
Could we take a coffee break if you want to read the judicial committee bylaws, or if you're good with it?
Or unless that's a good enough explanation, but you don't have to be on it if you don't want to be.
Yeah, we're not.
Yeah.
Last thing we want is someone who doesn't want to be on the JC, being on the JC. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Put on the
You know,
Mr. Chair, I move to stand at ease for 5 minutes.
yeah,
and
let's do that.
Let's hang out.
Second.
All right.
And, I mean, I'll message AJ and see if he like really wants to or
Yeah.
something.